Hello, welcome to Sakshi. So, చాలా మంది celebrities తో మనం ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఇంతకు ముందు చేసాం, but today it's special because Shamshera team is with us. Ranbir Kapoor, Vaani Kapoor, and a big man, Sanjay Dutt ji, and our director Karan. How are you all, sir?
Very good.
So hope you all know Telugu, so I'm going to speak in Telugu. Yeah,
Konju.
it's Telugu interview, right, sir?
Yeah, so she's going to speak for all of us.
Because you worked in a Telugu movie, and sir, of course, long back, Chandralekha.
Yeah.
So ఎలా ఉన్నారు అందరూ?
So you speak Telugu, you understand?
No, that Chandralekha was dumb anyway.
Sir, ये तेलुगु नहीं होता है?
There was no dialogue in that film.
There was no dialogue.
Le. Dialogueless.
Yeah, Shamshera. So good to see you first of all.
Thank you.
Yeah, so after COVID and your wedding, Shamshera, how is this like wearing a skin of Shamshera, being a ruthless guy?
It was a very hard character for me. It is very different from the other work I've done. It's the first time I've been offered a role like this. It's the first time I've attempted to do something of this world. I remember Sanju sir from the time I can remember. He was always so encouraging of me doing films like this. But I never had got the right opportunity. I was waiting for the right opportunity. And it was like a God's gift that when Karan narrated the film to me, I saw all the aspects of a good Hindi commercial film, you know, where there is so much of color to it. There is action, there is drama, there is romance, there is comedy, you know, there is good versus evil. I always say that I've never had a villain in my life. And in this film, finally, I've got a villain, and the best and the biggest of villains in the world, and that's sitting right next to me. So I think that makes all the difference, but I'm really grateful that I got a chance to be a part of a film like this, and now I'm sitting in front of you and talking about
Wonderful, sir. You being an actor, of course, that you can wear the skin of character, but this is something really different. But
Yes.
you know what you've been, and outside also what you know you're named as a soft and polite and a chocolate boy kind,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So this is like it's not easy, and it demands like so much of physical work too.
Absolutely. Apart from physical work, I think Karan Malhotra was really struggling with me because I don't have angst. You know, I'm not an angsty person. So he really had to channelize his own angst through me. And that was really helpful to me. It showed me that I have a different shade to me as an actor. And it's like a drug. So now I want to do more of it.
Wonderful.
You know, film after film.
Okay, so you joined the club.
Yes.
Yes, wonderful. So Vaani, first time that I came to know that there are other Kapoors besides this legendary family, Vaani Kapoor. Yeah, how is it? First of all, the Chandigarh, that role, like I don't think anybody could easily accept that, and you know you pulled it off really well.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to be part of Shamshera. I don't think any other director before Karan had seen me in that light and given me an opportunity of this magnum, and because it's a big film, you know, it's larger than life. It's beyond like us as just actors, you know. There's so much more to Sona. There's so much more to the film. So for me, I feel it's been the best opportunity. I think he could have gone in with any other big star, established, credible star of times right now. He gave me that platform, and I'm eternally grateful for that. I just hope I've done justice to it because she's so much more. I mean, at core, yes, she's like any other girl. There's strength and there's there's substance to her, but there's so much of. Despite having so much gravitas, there's flair and flamboyance and charm. So I think I've kind of figured different layers of this character.
Yeah, we were wondering, like, you know, what is like, you know, Vaani Kapoor can be in this, you know, Shamshera, the big magnum opus, as like, you know, we know that your dance moves and, you know, we being really a fan of yours, like skill. But what is she doing in the Shamshera? What is
There's
her?
a lot more than her just dancing. There's a lot more to her. There's a whole graph to her character. There's there are different emotion arc. There's so many layers. There's so much of how do I say, depth to her. I think only once the film comes out, you know, one can reveal several layers to her, and I think the dimensions and the dynamics to her were just incredible for me to enact.
Sanju Baba, I'm so overwhelmed because first time I saw you, sir, in a Congress campaign, that election campaign. You were campaigning for your sister. That is in Dharavi, I guess, the biggest slum that I got. That it took like, you know, hours for me to come out of that hang. That kind of fan following that you had. Great opportunity to be here, sir.
Thank you.
And Shamshera, and you are a villain, and you're taking on Ranbir, such a chocolate boy.
Such a chocolate boy.
Yeah, sir. What do you add up to that?
Well, firstly, I want to say he's not a chocolate boy. He's I think he's a very versatile actor, which he underestimates himself.
Yes.
I was just telling him, like last night, I was sitting with a very big director, a very renowned director of the Mumbai industry, and he was telling me about him. He said that it's such a pleasure to watch him in that trailer because he looks like a man in Shamshera. He is looking like a man, and he can be the last action hero of the Indian film industry, I feel. And I think he's taken it seriously, and I'm really happy about that.
It took some time though, but yes, definitely yes. So Karan, so आपने कोई pledge लिए थे क्या? कोई मतलब that whoever that soft heroes and who've been performing like over the decades, you made them like Rauf Lala, Agnipath, Abhi Shamshera.
Yeah.
What exactly is it?
I don't know. It's I think it's my childlike excitement for discovery. It excites me. It excites me to kind of try and have actors in a space that I might have not seen them before, experienced them before, and somewhere I would like to believe that becomes a USP for the kind of films I do or would like to do in the future. So whether it was Rishi Kapoor, whether it's now Ranbir, whether it was Hrithik or anybody else, now Sanjay sir, I just find it a pleasure, and I think I'm very lucky that all these actors fall in my trap.
It's a trap.
What was the bait? What was the bait?
The script.
Yes, absolutely. There's no other bait. There's no other bait I have to offer. It's only the script. But I think all these elements bring a certain kind of newness to a film that you would want to watch. And I think Shamshera, apart from being a beautifully crafted film with the whole cast and crew, the addition of actors like Sanjay sir and Vaani, who've not been seen in this world before in many ways, it really adds up in a big way, for the audiences to get attracted to.
Is it not a challenge, Karan? Because now these days, like biopics are coming, or
Right.
that the references of like freedom fight or something like that, where you have a chance to showcase that that larger than life thing. But this is like pictures.
Right.
It is after Lagan, if I may wrong, but after Lagan, this is the one that which you are taking audience to back in 18th century,
Right.
where you were shown like whatever that you wanted to, having these big stars.
Yeah.
So what exactly? I mean, did you have an apprehension that where that may go wrong sometimes?
No, I didn't have any apprehension. Yes, I was nervous for sure, sometimes scared. But I think overcoming the fear is the fun part of it. Because if you're not nervous about something you're doing, then I don't think that it's important enough to do. So I've been very fortunate to be able to be a part of films and create a world where I was nervous about and anxious about. And I think overcoming that emotion is a big part of the film becoming very special. And fortunately, believe me, these people sitting here have been my biggest strength because they surrendered to the world.
Yes.
And they allowed me to kind of create that world with them in it. So that makes it more special. It takes away from the anxiety because they believed in it as much as I believed in it.
Yes.
So that is a very, very big help for the director.
Yeah. Yeah.
So because the director can be as convinced, but if you see the actors and you realize, yeah, he's not even in the world of my film right now, that will really set the film off in the wrong way.
Yes, a kind of Ranbir kind of an actor. One director was sharing with me. There are very few actors where you can just put the lens on the face and just run for like minutes.
That
you
is
can
true.
just
I
perform like
agree.
whatever you ask for. That how many we have today? That that kind of an actors. Yeah. So मैंने सुना था आपका वो wedding हुआ था recently.
जी आप सही सुना.
बहुत सारे guys like they were so joyful and they were having a party like, weeks together where they could have a chance like to have a girlfriend now in industry or outside. Is that true, sir?
What is true?
They were having a big party.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. So how is Alia ji?
She's very well.
Yeah.
She's doing very well. Thank you.
Now the reference like these days, like I said, RRR, whether you take RRR, Bahubali or whoever, that wiped off all kind of barriers like south or north or whatever. Indian cinema is like reaching Hollywood cinema. What do you
Right.
say? What do you take?
Absolutely, yeah. I think we always had that potential, and even films like KGF, KGF2, these are universal films. Right now, the new term that we're using is pan-India, but actually these are pan-world films. If you go and see RRR has made a huge impact in America also. There are a lot of local Americans who are discovering that film. So I think a good story, an entertaining story, a story that really entertains you, will reach out to people all across the world. And that is something that, it's our roots. Even Hindi cinema roots is that. We started with that. And I think somewhere, we had deviated, and rightfully so, we were trying to make different kind of cinema. But when you make cinema of this kind, the audience always flocks to the theatre because they love watching, they love celebrating cinema, and this comes under that genre to celebrate Hindi cinema.
Yeah. In terms of budgets also, we have crossed that, right? There's no apprehension, no inhibitions. If you produce a good movie, that it is accepted all over.
Right.
Yeah. The kind of stars you have, you're lucky to have them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Vaani, how is it being part of Shamshera? Besides whatever you
Like I
just
said,
before.
I've never been part of a cinematic experience like this before. This is a first for me, and I hope it's not the last one, because I'd love to work with Karan again and discover another aspect and dimension to myself as an actor. It's just been different. It's different from any other film that I've been part of before. You take a Befikra, Shuddesi, or Aakalenam, you take a Chandigarh Kare Aashiki. I've never done something like this before. It's way, way, way more grand. And I love films. I've grown up watching Hindi cinema, films which kind of made me aspire to be an actor. And this is exactly the example I was looking for all my life, I think, growing up. So in a strange way, I've manifested it.
Sanjay ji, who was who that he won a good best actor for Sanju, that he played your part in a movie.
Yeah.
Now that is it Ranbir that who owes you, or you owes him for the award? What I said.
I owe all the credit of the biopic Sanju is him. The kind of opening it got, the kind of love it got, it's because I see it all around me, the kind of love this man has.
Not easy to pull it off though.
Of course, it was very hard, but I think his story, it's just not believable. His life story always, even when I heard the script for the first time, it seemed like a science fiction film. How can anybody live a life like this man? And he's still living life, like he's just suffered from 3rd stage lung cancer and he fought it, and today his lungs are like a 13-year-old kids, I mean, there is a sequel for sure coming for Sanju, because his life is just amazing. It's inspirational.
Yeah. Showdown with him. How was that experience?
Well, it was very exciting for me to work with Sanju sir as an actor. The kind of aura and personality and the larger than life personality that Sanjay Dutt has on screen, we all love that. And beyond what we see on screen, the terrifying, menacing Sanjay Dutt, he's actually just a man with a heart of gold. He's like a teddy bear. I say this all the time, that whenever he's on set or whenever I see him around people, he's like a magnet. Everybody comes down, the lightmen, the stuntmen, they all want to be around him. They want to chat with him. They want to just talk to him. He knows everybody by their names. So that kind of love that he has garnered over the years, it's only because of the personality and the man that he is. I remember whenever I used to do even action scenes, he was so careful with, he was making sure I didn't get hurt. He used to talk to the action director. He used to come and check my harness, if I'm fine. If I'm hanging for a long time, he said, are your private parts okay? So he always had my back. And not just mine, even Vaani's.
Yeah.
Vaani is such a method actor. In one scene, he had to slap her. She told him, why don't you really slap me?
I mean, not with full force, because then I wouldn't be able to stand for the next take. But
and of course,
just like kind of...
Sanju sir being Sanju sir, of course, laughed it off and joked it. But he's so careful and he's so loving. But once the camera is switched on, it's like he's another person. It's just his eyes change, his skin changes, his whole persona changes, and I don't know how he does it.
I think I would want to study you as an actor. Like, I want to study how you do it, what you do, and so effortlessly. All that hard work that you put in maybe before, but when you're on camera, everything is just magical.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm
so
here.
much.
Huh? You feel the same, no?
Yes, sir. Adding to that, what do you have to say that, becoming some other person, and like Ranbir said, reachable to all, the lightmen to that everyone, the stuntmen.
Everybody
It is
loves
very
it.
unusual, a scene for us, like, down from south, because, we treat them as a demigods, and, they just maintain that.
He's one of the few actors in the Hindi cinema who's treated like a demigod, I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
Sir.
And I've traveled with him all around the world, and it's not just India, it's even abroad. The kind of love that he gets from people, and that only shows us the kind of work he does and the kind of person he is. It comes only from that. It's no manipulation, it's no put on, there is no superficiality to him. he is what he is. He's whatever you see on face value, that's exactly who he is.
Wonderful. Karan, so you like Dhool Mitti, like Sanjay said.
I love
it. He used to shower us in that
now. What exactly? And you made him to say something like Teri maa ka mukut.
Yes.
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 It sounds like so irreverent, but yeah, there is a
love that
mischief in
dialogue.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he pulls it off with great finesse. He makes it so entertaining. And I love Dhool Mitti. मतलब I do feel that there is a certain
आपको
energy.
कुछ नहीं होता सर, ये ऐसा चेहरा देखिए आप कैसे है।
मेरे को बहुत मजा आता है.
ये chocolate चेहरा
I love it. I love it. I remember Ranbir, the second day or third day of shoot, we were kind of, he was doing makeup and I said, you're looking very fair here, what are you doing? So I said, just put some more mitti, थोड़ा और गंदा कर, थोड़ा अरे यार अरे बहुत काला हो जाएगा, बहुत काला हो जाएगा. So I remember having this discussion with him for the first 3 days. मैं बोला नहीं Ranbir, you're fine, you're absolutely fine, don't worry. So I used to just take mitti and rub it on his face. And Sanjay sir used to have a blast at that time because he knew that nothing is going to stop me from doing what I'm doing, and he used to enjoy this, looking at Ranbir. But on a serious note, I think the kind of film Shamshera is, it's a very earthy film. It's very close to, मतलब in Hindi we say ना मिट्टी की picture है. That is what it is. It is an aggressive film. It's very rooted, and it belongs in the heartland of India. So it cannot be done without the dust that you feel, or the sweat that you want to feel, or the anger, or the aggression that you want to feel, or the energy you want to feel. And to achieve, I think all of this, apart from being light-hearted about it, I think was a great part of the performances that were eventually delivered by the actors for the film. So their pain was real, to be honest with you. It was not a performance. The pain and the discomfort was real, especially for Ranbir, I think. So you will see it in the film in all the right ways.
So becoming a slave to a leader to a legend. Yeah, what was the journey?
The journey was amazing. I was also fortunate that I got to play 2 roles in this film, the father and the son, 2 distinct characters, 2 characters who have different philosophies in life, but their destination is the same. And to do a film, I've usually done films where I'm trying to fight for myself. In this film, I'm fighting for others. I'm fighting for the freedom of my own people. And that kind of story, that kind of heroism is something which was really awesome to do.
Do you feel like you have come out from the comfort zone, or you have come to the real zone?
Absolutely. The thing is, I don't know. I've definitely tried to come out of the comfort zone, but I'm really anxious to know how the audience accepts me in a zone like this. It is something which I am eager to know.
Yeah, you realize what Dad told you about Karan, that a lot of text it takes.
Yeah, he warned me when I signed the film. He's a great director. He's a great commercial director, but be prepared. It's not going to be an easy task. Even Sanju sir told me. But I think one thing both of them told me, Sanju sir and my father, is that this director knows what he wants. So you're in very safe hands. He's very clear on what he wants. There's no confusion in his mind. And in a couple of days, the experience was exactly like that. It takes 1 or 2 days to get to the rhythm of a film, a tone of a film. But once you get that, then it's all smooth sailing. And he's a director who really celebrates every shot. I've never worked with a director who gets so excited after a shot that he's screaming on the mic, everyone's clapping, he'll play his songs loudly on set to get everybody on the mood. So that kind of, that fervor and that energy really kind of comes into the other people who are working on the film, so it's really awesome.
Hopefully we could see that, on screen coming 20 seconds. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now that no boundaries, like I said earlier, that, the entire promotion dynamics have changed. We are here in Mumbai to meet you guys and, have this splendid interview. That what is your take on like working in Telugu or, any South movies?
I think any movie produced from India is a movie of India. It's something that we should be proud of. Language doesn't matter. Today there's so many bilingual films, trilingual films. Sanju sir himself has been part of KGF 2, which has been such a massive hit. Alia has done RRR. So I think the language barrier is getting diminished. It's all Indian films.
Yes.
And whatever story told in an engaging way will reach a large audience irrespective of language.
Wonderful, sir. So we hope to see you soon down south. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
calling
Thank
us, for
you.
having us here.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Hope you all enjoyed the interview with the Shamshera team. And 22nd, it's hitting theaters. I'm sure this is going to be a huge hit. So let's go to theaters and watch it. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Keep watching Sakshi TV.
Thank you.